Last time on Meet the Jamesons.
I have cancer.
I have mesothelioma. I need financial compensation. What do I call?
Oh my god, gag me with a spoon. Call the Ghostbusters!
Jesus Christ, I'm having a baby!
And now, this.
Yabba dabba do!
Jamesons, meet the Jamesons. They're the modern suburban family. From the Erie Valley, they're a house right down on William Street. Let's ride in the family minivan, wave hi to every neighbor that we can. When you're with the Jamesons, have a yabba dabba do time, a dabba do time. We'll have a straight old time.
One interior, Edie Groceries. Lindsay makes her way over to Clarence, who is currently breathing unnaturally quickly into a paper bag. She's never seen him this panicked before. Actually, never mind. He's like this every time the health inspectors show up. Oh my god, gag me with a spoon. We'll be totally fine. We've never failed a single inspection, and we, aren't gonna fail this one.
You can't be sure of that, Lindsay. I mean, did you see Bones Jaw today? Every box she put away was slightly skewed. There wasn't a single parallel box on that shelf. Not only that, but Monotone Man was driving away customers. Even Mr. Henderson was significantly slower than usual. We are at a code red right now, Lindsay. Code red!
Lindsay slaps Clarence across the face. He pauses for a moment.
One more time.
She slaps him again with just as much force as before.
Thank you, Lindsay. You have quite the way with words. Now let me think.
There's no time for that! They're, already here, silly!
What?
Lindsay points towards the door, which two sharply dressed men holding clipboards walk through. The first of the two is renowned health inspector James McGriddle, a shorter man with dusty brown, combed-back hair. Although he is a kind man, he has closed down many an establishment. The second man is Xavier Zander, who is tall, lanky, and has the hair of a mad scientist. Never before has Xavier inspected Edie Groceries, but that doesn't stop Clarence from recognizing him.
Oh, sweet Jiminy Cricket, that's Xavier Zander. One of the harshest health inspectors in the business. We're doomed, Lindsay. Doomed!
Oh my god, he can't be that bad!
You ever heard of a gas station called 811?
No?
Exactly. And just like them, Edie Groceries is sure to fade into obscurity if Xavier Zander tells McGriddle to fail us.
Then, here's what we'll do. I'll take McGriddle and keep him busy, and you can, handle Xander.
Or you could show them around and I could go to the men's bathroom and have a panic attack.
Oh my god, gag me with a spoon. If there's anyone that can convince tight ass over there that we deserve an A, it's you. You know this place better than anyone else. Plus, we need to progress the plot, and it says right here in the script that you need to do this.
I don't get paid enough for this.
Lindsay and Clarence approach the two men, already marking down the fact that it took that long for the manager to greet them.
Hello there, Inspector McGriddle. It's a pleasure to see you again. You remember Lindsay, our assistant manager?
Why, yes, of course I do.
Right this way, Mr. McGriddle. We have, a whole store to see.
Indeed.
Lindsay and James McGriddle depart towards the back rooms, leaving Clarence and Xavier Zander standing there. Xander grins devilishly.
You must be Clarence, the manager. I'm your new health inspector.
We weren't expecting a new health inspector.
Give me a tour of the vicinity. I'd like to see where your customers shop.
Yes, sir, right away.
You seem familiar. Did you happen to work at a gas station by the name of 811?
Yeah, well...
Yes, you were that dorky little cashier there. I remember you now. Isn't this something?
Yeah.
Listen here, Clarence. The store manager. If this place is not fully up to code, I'll wipe it off the map like I did that gas station.
Understood.
To interior, a different part of Edie Groceries. Lindsay shows Inspector McGriddle around the routine parts of the store. Each back room is checked thoroughly, except Mr. Elmsworth's office, as he slips McGriddle a $100 bill as he passes it.
Alright, next up is the bathrooms.
A passerby, overhearing this statement, approaches them. He is a large, muscular man with orange, spiky hair.
Excuse me, are you manager of establishment?
Like, I'm the assistant manager, but close enough. Like, what can I help you with?
Name is Vladimir Milojevic. Just wanted to telling you that the men's bathroom is broke. Flamboyant rockstar man smash guitar over toilet and cause flood. I would not enter bathroom if I were you.
Vladimir walks away, and Lindsay shuffles uncomfortably in place as McGriddle scrawls something down on his clipboard. Like, oh my god, gag me with a spoon. This, never happens. Well, have someone clean that, and we'll revisit the bathroom at another time.
Alright, in that case, let's head over to produce. Produce is expected to be fresh, and I shouldn't see any mold or off colors. I will be paying particular attention to making sure all TCS food items are kept at 41 degrees or below to ensure that no unsafe microorganisms grow. I'd also like to see where the temperature control station for said foods is located.
You're really smart when it comes to food management, sir.
Well, that's my job. Shall we go then?
3 interior, Edie Groceries bathroom. As Clarence is presenting the cleanliness of the Edie Groceries bathrooms, a man with a guitar has entered and, upon being told to leave, smashes his guitar over one of the toilets in defiance, spraying toilet water all over the bathroom floor.
How dare you tell Eddie Knox that he cannot enter your bathroom? Do you know who I am? I am famous rockstar Eddie Knox. Oh.
Jesus Christ, sir, you cannot just smash our toilet. Oh dear God, this cannot be happening.
Eddie Knox has left the building. Oh.
Eddie Knox walks out of the room, pushing aside everyone in his direct path to the door. It takes him a solid 5 minutes to actually leave the building. During this time, Inspector Xander has been writing viciously on his clipboard.
Abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. Any self-respecting establishment should be well-equipped to handle such a predicament. Take me somewhere else, Mr. Manager.
4 interior, where James Jameson is, since we haven't seen him this episode yet. James Jameson has been working on the floor for hours now, and each customer has been weirder than the last. Well, no one has beaten that clown yet, but many have gotten close. He runs into a little boy that is eating sugar, which he hasn't paid for.
Youngster?
The boy looks at James and hides the bag of sugar behind his back.
Yes, mister.
Eating sugar?
No, mister.
Telling lies?
No, mister.
James gets up close to the boy and puts a hand on his shoulder. He looks like he's about to murder him.
Open your mouth.
The boy stares at him, afraid of what the suburban dad can possibly do to him.
I said, open your fucking mouth!
The boy runs off, leaving the bag of sugar. James proceeds to pocket the sugar, whistling to himself to make himself look innocent, and walks off once he sees that no one is around. He continues to patrol the store. Lindsay approaches him, accompanied by another man James recognizes almost immediately.
Is that renowned health inspector James McGriddle? I love your show Grocer Closures, where you close down terrible grocery stores. Wait, we aren't on grocer closures right now, are we?
No, you're all doing fine, my good sir. This is simply a routine inspection.
Oh my god, gag me with a spoon! I didn't know you had a TV show, Inspector McGriddle! Oh, and James, before I, totally forget, the boss, wants you in the back room. You gotta record your statement for your first day.
My statement?
Yeah, all employees have to sit in front of a camera for 10 minutes and talk about their day. Mr. Elmsworth, loves to keep track of what everyone does during the day. Don't worry, me and Inspector McGriddle here will, totally cover your shit for you while you're gone.
Well, that makes sense. Okay, to the back room!
5 interior, Edie Groceries back room. James enters a small room with a single chair in the center. A studio camera is aimed at the seat, and beside it is a small speaker. A microphone hangs down from the ceiling just outside of the camera's view. James hears a voice from the small speaker.
Please have a seat, Mr. Jameson.
Oh, mysterious.
James takes his seat, and the camera adjusts itself to be centered.
Okay, Mr. Jameson, please begin your statement.
6 interior. Yep, still in Needy Groceries, just no longer the back room. Lindsay watches nervously as Inspector McGriddle meticulously inspects each object in the produce department. He moves without hesitation. One might even say he's done this hundreds of times. Whoever said that is wrong, however. He's done it many more times than that. Give the guy some credit. You know who you are. A man approaches Inspector McGriddle. Lindsay is about to stop him from interfering with McGriddle's work, but McGriddle stops and fist bumps the guy.
Hey, McGrizzle, what's the haps, broski?
The man is cool. Cool as a cucumber, which, as Lindsay recently found out, was a nice 41 degrees. He is regular around the store, but Lindsay has never actually talked to the guy.
Oh, I'm doing splendid. Currently doing a routine inspection of this establishment. I didn't know you frequented it.
Yeah, bro, I'm a regular at the Edie Grosh. Only place I'll shop to get food for the rides.
Like, what do you ride?
Oh, the dude owns a blimp. He takes joyrides in it every now and then.
It's like a yacht, but the blue all around isn't water, it's like sky. You're not closing him down, are you? That'd be a major bummer, man.
Doesn't seem likely. Unless my partner has some really nasty things to say, I'd say Edie Groceries will pass just fine.
Lindsay exhales in relief. She hopes Clarence is holding his own out there. Passing this inspection depends on him. 7 interior, whoops all Edie Groceries. Clarence is not, in fact, holding his own out there. Inspector Xander is finding flaws Clarence didn't even know existed, and everything seems to be going wrong.
What are all these unused products, in the back? Why are they not being sold?
Oh, they'll be stocked when we have the space for them, but right now we, don't have the space.
Oh, I'll make space.
Inspector Xander grabs a bag of chips off the shelf.
Replace all bags of Floritos with Stan's brand instead. Stan's chips are practically addicting. Keep Floritos with a name and tails.
Xander throws down the bag of chips and crushes it beneath his feet.
Oh, and a deduction for the mess in aisle 10.
Clarence drops to his knees.
That was a perfectly good bag of chips.
Survival of the fittest, Clarence.
Never opened. Never enjoyed.
8 interior. You know, for a show called Meet the Jamesons, there isn't a lot of James in this episode. Oh, wait, here he is now, still in the back room.
So there's this famous country singer named Jessie Nikowski, and she's taking control of this school called St. Benedict's, right? And then all of a sudden...
Mr. Jameson, please. You've exceeded your designated recording time by an hour and a half, and all you did over the course of your statement session is talk about the television soap opera Valor Hills. Leave the room and return to your shift.
James does what he's told and exits the room.
Yeah, I've totally made him a fan.
9 interior. Back to not James. Clarence has officially screwed the pooch now. In the midst of his blabbing on about how well-maintained the freezer section is, Inspector Xander has snuck away and Clarence can't find him. He's searched everywhere, frantically moving around the store, trying not to alert customers and employees alike of his panic. He spins around the corner of an aisle, bumping face first into someone. He really needs to stop doing that.
Little sweetness is going down!
He falls slowly to the floor, akin to dropping a feather and watching it take its sweet-ass time getting to the ground.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, little sweetness, I didn't see you. How'd the sales been?
Clarence is about to extend his hand to help little sweetness to his feet, but he is already back on his feet before Clarence can so much as blink.
It's going good. Everyone that walks by gets to enjoy the nice, refreshing, and sweet taste of time, Mr. Pepper. After that, they can't help but buy a box of beer. The sweetness is making sales.
Yeah. Hey, actually, did you happen to see a man walk past? Guy with crazy graying hair and a clipboard?
Oh yeah.
Wait, seriously? Which way did he go?
He went that way towards the fried chicken.
Clarence nods and runs in that direction. Oh, he's probably going to bump into someone again, isn't he? Can't be helped, I guess. Lil Sweetness drops to his knees, gliding frictionlessly towards the exit.
Little Sweetness is sliding out of the grocery store.
10 interior, over towards the fried chicken. Clarence, surprisingly, doesn't bump into anyone this time. Instead, his pace slows to a disappointed stop when he realizes Lil Sweetness pointed him in the wrong direction. There is, in fact, a man with white hair and a clipboard standing beside the fried chicken, but it is not Inspector Xander. He is picking up items and examining them before writing down some things on his clipboard. As senior store manager, he has a duty to make sure this man is not tampering with the food. Inspector Xander can wait.
Sir, what are you doing to the chicken products?
Hey there, it's me, the extra crispy Colonel. I was just making sure all of our new products were shelved. Now I love original recipe, but in this sizzling summer heat, I'm feeling a little extra crispy. I want to make sure each of my extra crispy $20 fill-ups are double-breaded and fried to a luxurious, mouth-watering bronze. Extra crispy isn't just a product, it's a lifestyle.
Oh, Crispy Colonel, I didn't receive a notice you'd be stopping by today. I hope everything is looking alright.
Oh yeah, everything here is looking extra crispy.
Good to hear. I'll leave you to it then.
Thank you, and I hope your day is extra crispy good.
You too, Colonel.
Clarence is about to continue his search when someone speeds past him, almost knocking him over.
Hey, watch out, silly goose! Where are you off to in such a rush? Oh, the boss has been experimenting with that fancy new app where you deliver the groceries, and some hunky chunk of man ordered a pound of sausage.
Clarence shrugs and yet again begins his search to find the missing health inspector. 11 interior, Edie grocery storage room. Lindsay and Inspector McGriddle have finished the inspection.
Do you by any chance know the whereabouts of Clarence and Inspector Xander?
Like, oh my god, gag me with a spoon, not a single clue! Clarence has been, abnormally unresponsive on the walkie-talkies today.
Interesting.
McGriddle jots a note on his clipboard. Suddenly, Inspector Xander storms into the back storage room, slamming his clipboard on the table in front of Inspector McGriddle.
I understand that somebody ordered an inspection grade.
Ah, Xavier, just the man we were looking for.
Riddled with violations.
What?
You heard me. That pompous pipsqueak Clarence is a failure of a manager.
Inspector McGriddle reads over Xander's papers. He shoots Lindsay a sad glance before returning his gaze to the grading sheet.
There's some serious violations on this paper, Lindsay. I excluded the bathroom issue as it was not the fault of management, but there's a load of deductions on here. I'm afraid we might have to shut the place down.
Lindsay can't believe what she is hearing. Did Clarence mess up that badly? No. She knows Clarence is better than that. He is an amazing manager. He's going to be devastated if this place closes down. She backs away slowly, unsure of what to do, until she bumps into the wall behind her, accidentally pressing one of the buttons with her elbow. 12 interior. Same place, different perspective. Clarence knows the path Inspector McGriddle took while doing his rounds, and if he can't find Inspector Xander, he can at least find McGriddle. Clarence walks into the back storage room just in time to see all the products on the cargo lift dump over McGriddle and Xander, killing them both on impact. He totally doesn't scream like a little girl. Oopsies!
Oopsies? What do you mean, oopsies? What did you do?
Alright, but you can't get mad at me.
Oh god, what did you do?
Okay, first I was totally minding my own business.
Lindsay!
I was!
Okay, exactly what happened that led to killing both of the hell inspectors.
Lindsay explains the situation to Clarence, who begins, unsurprisingly, freaking out.
Oh dear god.
I didn't mean to!
They were gonna fail us? How could I be such a terrible manager?
Oh my god, gag me with a spoon! You're the best manager, Clarence! If you weren't, it totally wouldn't say it on your name tag!
I concur.
Lindsay and Clarence turn around to see Mr. Elmsworth standing in the doorway, his smile barely visible under the shade of his hat.
I heard the whole thing. Excellent work, Lindsay, for killing those two insufferable inspectors. If they were going to fail eating groceries, then they had it coming. I was going to do it myself if they failed us, but it seems you know how to do your job better than I expected. Well done, you two.
Oh my god, gag me with a spoon. Thank you, sir.
Now, take the bodies and put them in the dumpsters out back. Not a peep of this to anyone or you're next. Understood?
Yes, sir! Clarence and Lindsay each pick up a body and bring it to the back of the store, making sure no one sees them as they go. Mr. Elmsworth picks up the grading sheet from under a pile of fallen product and changes the F to an A. 13. Interior. Front registers. After exiting his recording session, James is instructed immediately by Mr. Elmsworth to work register, and more specifically, to not enter the back of the store until told otherwise. There is nobody in his line, as every guy in the store who doesn't bring their wife is in Cinnamon's line, and the people in Mr. Henderson's line are waiting so long they either left already or were dead set on continuing to wait. It is a matter of principle at this point. So James sits bored at his register until he sees a familiar face walk through the front doors.
John, buddy, how's the family?
It is John Norman, one of James's neighbors, as well as the sheriff of the Edie Valley Police Department, EVPD.
That's going pretty good, eh? See, you found yourself another job, eh, Jameson?
Yeah, I'm in some money trouble, so the wife made me find another job.
Yeah, well, sorry to hear that, bud. Hope the family's doing all right, eh?
Never better. Oh, I didn't even see your son there. He's gotten so tall.
Tagging along with his father is Daniel Norman, who is also the deputy of the EVPD, which is an accomplishing feat for a 15-year-old.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the getting taller.
Daniel Norman rolls his eyes and looks up at his father, a look which screams, "We came here for a reason, let's speed up the formalities."
Yes, of course, eh? We're here because we received a call that 2 health inspectors went missing in this establishment, eh? Also received a call about 2 employees dragging unconscious bodies into the back. Know anything about that, eh?
Oh, I did hear that some health inspectors were coming, but they left a while ago. Also, employees couldn't have been dragging anything into the back because all employees were instructed not to enter the back rows. I think they're getting cleaned or something. I have no idea.
Oh, so they left, eh? Good to know. Well, case closed here, eh, Deputy Dan?
Daniel Norman shoots a glare at his father, clearly implying his hatred of that ridiculous title. John laughs and begins to walk out of the store.
Well, son, we're off to find that child predator in a gypsy wagon, eh?
James waves as they leave the store and begins checking out the customers that have begun to accumulate at his register. About 30 minutes pass and James continues to work the register. It is an easy cycle of scan, bag, register, repeat. Well, it was an easy cycle until the large, muscular figure put their items in the conveyor belt and approached James.
Find everything you need, so oh my god!
The hulking figure is most certainly not a man. The one standing in front of James is the most muscular old lady James has ever seen. Think Ronnie Coleman in his prime if he is an old white woman. Think it. Don't picture it, that'll fuck you up for life.
Hiya, sweetie. I found almost everything I needed. See, me and my boyfriend here, Mikey, are hosting a get-together, and we couldn't find the dip for our crisps.
James shoots a glance at Mikey, a middle-aged man with a ghostly white, expressionless face. He wears his trauma like a mask.
Oh, the dip is in aisle 10, right next to potato chips.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. What a gentleman you are, unlike the rest of the vile male employees that work here. We'll be back. Come on, Mikey.
She grabs Mikey and pulls him along with her as she goes, and James prays that this man's suffering be put to an end soon. After waiting a few minutes for them to return, James just moves their groceries to a different register and begins working again, hoping the remainder of his line is not as bizarre as that woman.
Let's see, what do we got here? Milk, bagels, yogurt, fish stick.
James feels the rush of a dad joke kicking in. It formulates in his mind, and now he is bound by fatherly oath to bring it into this world.
Hey, buddy. What do you get when you cross a fish in a tree?
The man shrugs and looks at his wife, who shrugs as well. James holds up the box of fish sticks.
A fish stick!
James breaks out into a laughing fit, while the husband and wife in front of him just shake their heads. Have you ever experienced the kind of laughter that you just cannot stop no matter what you try, and you laugh to the point where your stomach burns and your eyes are clouded by tears? That is the current level of laughter James is experiencing from this shitty joke. He can't even stand straight. He flops onto the register, and his laughter abruptly stops as he hears the strained ding of the register. He has just pressed the close register button. He quickly looks to see that the register is, in fact, already closed.
Oh,
An explosion devastates the structural integrity of Edie Groceries, collapsing the building into itself and igniting the rubble in flames. Smoke billows up towards the night sky. 14 exterior, Edie Groceries parking lot. James awakes on the edge of the parking lot outside of what was Edie Groceries. He sits up, looking at the bright ball of fire and blackened debris not that far from him.
Well, I guess you're welcome, Mikey.
James looks to his side to see Clarence and Lindsay both helping each other up, both of them covered in soot.
Like, oh my god! Gag me with a spoon. You totally pressed close register while it was closed, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I got distracted.
Although he just barely got to his feet, Clarence drops to his knees at the sight of a burning Edie Groceries.
It's gone. Edie Groceries is all gone. Everyone inside is dead. I'm not Clarence, the senior store manager anymore. I'm just Clarence.
Lindsay once again helps Clarence to his feet.
Like, cheer up, Clarence. I'm sure there's plenty of places that would, totally want you as a store manager. When one door closes, another one, opens. And when one grocery store burns to the ground, another one with, less shitty employees takes its place.
Huh. I suppose you're right. There's plenty of grocery stores in Edie Valley.
There is a long silence. The three survivors stare into the fire.
On the bright side, at least the fire disposed of those bodies.
Bodies?
The fire parts for a moment, and the three of them can see the dumpsters behind the rubble, still intact and unaffected by the explosion.
Oh, shit.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you. Go on. Far across the distance and spaces between us, you have come to show you. Go on. 15 interior, the Bimmy household. A short, plump man in a black suit and top hat walks into the home, which has been left unlocked. It is no surprise those idiots managed to burn to death in the grocery store with how little care they give their home security. On the couch, waiting for their loving mommy and daddy, is a young blonde boy named Jimmy and a little girl named Susie. The man that entered coughs into a handkerchief.
I'm sorry to tell you this, children, but your parents have perished in a terrible fire. Perished means killed. Killed means not alive. Not alive means that your parents will never see you again, as they are dead. Dead means rotting in the ground after their funerals. I hope that clears that matter up.
The children look at him, unable to speak. Tears begin to show in their little eyes. This visibly pleases the man.
Jimmy, your father left you a watch before he died. I have it here in my back pocket. It was his prized possession, and I hope you can make use of it.
The man proceeds to fish something out from behind him, and the children realize that this man doesn't have any pockets in his pants. He then shows the children a shiny gold and brown watch.
Take it, Jimmy.
I don't want to. It smells like shit.
I said take the fucking watch, Jimmy!
Jimmy, beginning to cry again, takes the watch for the man. It smells dreadful.
Now, Susie, your mother had a less valuable, but still beautiful, golden necklace. I kept it in my front pocket.
I think I'm good, thanks.
You're getting the fucking necklace!
Mr. Pole proceeds to reach down the front of his pants. The children can see the man beginning to tear up as he slowly pulls something metallic out. It looks wet and a tiny bit bloody. He holds the necklace up to the young girl.
I don't want it.
Take it!
No, I'm not taking it! Leave us alone!
You two ungrateful little shits!
Bye.